559034. 559034.
So if I could ask you, what is it you're stapling
Next
together?
prize up is
I'm stapling a zine, which is about my zine collection at Brooklyn College, and it was made by a zine volunteer. It's called Bind Men Discard, and it's all about our zine collection, and we're hoping that we can use this zine to trade for more zines.
Next prize up is a copy.
Recording? Okay. Okay, and go ahead, your name is, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Matt Carmen. I'm a co-organizer of the Brooklyn Zinefest. I'm also co-editor of I Love Bad Movies. It's a zine all about really enjoyable bad films. It's a zine we make with a bunch of our friends and a bunch of other contributors.
Are you based in Brooklyn?
We are, yeah.
And yes, you live in Brooklyn.
I live in Brooklyn. Most of our contributors are based in Brooklyn, and most of the people tabling here today are in Brooklyn or New York City.
Okay, and how long have you been organizing Brooklyn Zinefest?
This is the first year, so it's been a lot of work. It's been really exciting, and at times really stressful, but it's really been worth it. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better turnout, for better weather, and a better venue here at Brooklyn Assembly.
Did there used to be other Zine Fests around, or is this the first Zine Fest for Brooklyn? I mean, because Zines have been around for years.
There's one big one in 2009 in Brooklyn, and then there's a small one, Pete's Mini Zine Fest, that happens once or twice a year. But there's nothing really of this scale anymore. Like I said, that last one was in 2009, and we really wanted to bring that back. We went to LA for the LA Zine Fest in February, and that was great. It was huge.
Big turnout. I was there too. Big turnout.
It was a big turnout, and we're in Richmond, which we love, last year. Richmond, Virginia. It's a great Zine Fest, and that was actually the impetus for this. We're in Richmond, and we love the city, but we don't want to have to drive 6.5 hours for a Zine Fest. We want to have one here.
Do you find that there's a lot of?
I'm not sure what you expected either.
Do you find that there's a lot of producers, a lot of Zine publishers in town?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we put up the call for tablers, and it filled up really quickly. It filled up within a month. We've got 60 tablers here, more than 60, and the outpouring was huge. A lot of people in the city make zines, they read zines. A lot of people don't know what zines are. They're self-published magazines, in case you don't know. But once they find out what they are, they're really excited to read them. There's a zine about any topic, so it's really exciting.
And what are you finding? I mean, this, even though this is the first year of this scale, putting on this event, but like, what's the? Are you seeing any trends or themes, or like if you're already any trends in the themes of the zines that are out today, like military or war, peace, or
It depends on what kind of community you're in. What we have here is a lot of art, a lot of writing, a lot of personal writing. We got a lot of food. There are a lot of food zines these days. We've got Put an Egg on It, we Slice Harvester here. So people are sort of finding their niches, and I feel like blogs are great, but the zine you can hold in a blackout, you can read it anytime, and I think people are finding that it's pretty easy and a lot of fun to put out a zine about a specific topic that you either know a lot about or you want to find out about it, and you start researching or asking your friends to help contribute.
So what about zines in the digital age? Now everything can be done electronically, and it can be mass-produced, and it can be done easily on a computer and shared on a computer and digitally. So, but here a lot of it is homemade. It's all DIY. So how do you square the DIY craftsman part in this age of apps and online blogging and everything like that?
Okay. For me personally, I read a lot of things online. I read a lot of content online. It's hard to avoid that. Not that I would want to avoid it, but it's hard to absorb a lot of that. It's hard to appreciate it and really take it in and let it wash over you and change you. But when I'm reading a zine, I'm connecting directly with the person who wrote it. I'm holding the pages that they printed out and stapled and folded and stapled. And it's a different feeling, and I take it in a lot more than I would something I read online. It's a lot more personal, especially with the Zine Fest. You can come and you can meet the person making this stuff and find out who they are, how they came to make this, and it's really fascinating.
Okay. I'm recording this one. So is it tedious or fun, or if you can just describe to me the stapling and the photocopying and the folding and the whole process of it? How does it make you feel?
two zines both have silkscreen covers. So
So you get a little bit more, a little fancier with those. Then you get a little more creative and
yeah,
involved.
this one's a little simpler. It's just 4 pages, one staple.
And this one's free.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those cost.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this one, this year that I made, I thought would be a little easier, so it's not, doesn't have silkscreen covers. However, each of these labels was typewritten, each of these labels was handwritten, and then putting the tape on and putting in the inserts was actually, I think, more involved than just silkscreening the covers was. So I thought I was taking a shortcut, and it actually ended up being a lot more work.
So how long did this one take? Like how long does one of these take to make?
Well, I make them all in editions, so I've made 300 copies of each of these zines that I made. And it takes a while. I mean, I tend to do it at home, like on my kitchen table, just whenever I can. So
Is it relaxing?
it can be, yeah. I mean, I'm a librarian now. I used to be an art student, so this is kind of my way to make things in my house.
To blend publications with some craft.
Yeah.
And what about the? I know that a lot of the people who make zines or zine publishers don't make much money off of them, if at all.
Correct.
Are they? Do you tend to lose money on these projects?
We make a little. We make enough to go to other cities and go to Zinefest there. We tend to make our money back, yeah.
How do you make your money? What's your distribution?
We sell online. We have our own store. We have islandbadmovies.com, so you can find more information about it there. We sell through Forbidden Planet in Manhattan and Desert Island in Williamsburg. Miss Valerie Park Distro, which is in the northeast, or northwest, sorry, Pacific Northwest. So we've got a couple different distributors, but mostly online sales and Zinefest, because when people can connect with you, they really want to see what you're doing.
And this is not your day job, is it?
No, this is not my
Do you wish that? Do you see there being a time where this might be sustainable for you to actually do this full time, or do you want to do it full time?
Maybe if I did it full time, then I wouldn't enjoy it as much. It's really fun to do with our friends. We open the show of Island Bad Movies together once every 6 or 8 months, and we just sort of we all write essays, we do comics and illustrations, and it's just really fun to put it all together. But I take the fun out of it. I had to do it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Remembers that, yeah.
Yeah, it can be tight. That's fine. Okay, so what is your name?
Allie.
Allie? Okay, and so you are here today. Are you here to purchase zines or look and see what's out there? What brought you here today?
Yeah, to purchase zines. It's just a really great and larger compilation of what you can find in the store.
Are you a regular zine reader?
Yes.
How long have you been reading zines?
For about a year.
Oh, really? Okay, so fairly recently. What drew you to them?
I just started to read Riot Girl zines, and they were kind of able to. I was feeling very angry over some sexism and patriarchy, and I could just see that through really dense books, and this was just compiled in a way that combined art and feelings, and I felt connected to the writers.
Okay. And so today, what are you looking for today? Anything in particular? Is there a certain, just to see what's out there, or is there a certain zine publisher or zine maker that you have in mind?
I really like Lower East Side Librarian. She's also a zine librarian at Barnard, and I love the zines, so she has the long hair. And then I really like make a connection also between the zines that are made.
Okay. And what do you make of zines in the digital age? Now that it's so easy to get content and information and stuff online, and
Right.
You know, so why do you want something that still hold? Like, do you like the tangibility of it?
I do. I love the whole like copying and pasting and drawing and that kind of artwork. It's just really intriguing to me. And you know, not everybody has access to computers, or if they're on the road, they just need to be able to write things down. A lot of them are still handwritten. I love that. I love seeing people, how they write.
And do you live in Brooklyn, or you live in the New York City area?
Yeah, I live in Bushwick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you heard about this, and you're like, okay, I gotta just see what's out there.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's obvious to you as a reader. It's a real problem.
Two bedrooms. It's got, it's a nice setup. The only drawback is it's a fifth floor walkway. You gotta get some exercise.